My name is Tarmack, and this is your game industry news wrap-up for the weeks of August 20th and 27th, 2016. In a spectacular display of game industry solidarity, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe helped to close out the Rio 2016 Olympics dressed partially as Nintendo Olympic plumbing advocate Mario. It all makes sense now. The reason Mario dies when he falls into the water on some levels is because those levels take place in Brazil. No Man's Sky released and is simultaneously the best and worst game of all time, according to fans and anti-fans on the internet. Now everyone can go back to focusing on hyping up Star Citizen because clearly hype is more important than consumer pragmatism. Following the release, Steam, Sony, and Amazon have been reported to issue refunds after normal play durations. Get on it quick before they realize how painful this will be to the bank account. The Deus Ex Season Pass has been revealed. The pass contains 2 story missions, an assault pack and tactical pack, which include weapons and items, 4 Praxis kits, 5 booster packs, 20 chipsets, and 5,000 credits. So unless the story missions are huge, the Season Pass is likely a net negative for game duration. I'll never understand why developers release Season Passes that advance your power and make you effectively play the game less. It's like admitting that the game isn't fun enough on its own. Facebook is building a gaming platform, and by that I mean they're partnering with Unity and getting an export to Facebook option put into the Unity engine. Yay, browser games. Konami, the game developer and publisher who is getting out of the game industry, has announced Metal Gear Survive at Gamescom 2016. The game builds on Konami's experience developing slot machines by including mindless zombies, or living biological threats to use their words. Quite a few people online have decried how the story concept of interdimensional zombies doesn't make any sense. But let's be honest, when has a Metal Gear plot ever really made sense? On August 17, 2016, in an interview with Engadget, Microsoft's head of game marketing, Aaron Greenberg, said, "We think the future is without console generations. We think that the ability to build a library, a community, to be able to iterate with the hardware, we're making a pretty big bet on that with Project Scorpio." On April 8, 2016, Tarmack made a video on how this was probably the last console generation. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I told you so. Ubisoft is closing down online servers for Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, Might and Magic Duel of Champions, and Tom Clancy's End War Online. I'm being very serious when I say that this is the reason why a good chunk of the gamers who have been around since before the online-only and online DRM fad are concerned about the future of games. If a company can take a game away from you, that's a problem. Perhaps not an insurmountable problem, but a problem nonetheless. PC Gamer ran a survey to find out some data on the number of people who pirate games. It turns out that 35% of PC Gamer readers who fill out surveys pirate video games. I'm not sure if this says anything about the overall gaming market, or just the people who frequent PCGamer.com. Blizzard Entertainment has struck a deal with Facebook where from within the Battle.net client itself, you can link and stream gameplay to your Facebook account on Facebook Live. A lot of people have questioned the move because nobody watches video game streaming on Facebook, rather they use YouTube Gaming or predominantly Twitch TV. Which is exactly the point. People already stream Blizzard games on those platforms. Pokemon Uranium, a fan-made Pokemon game, was launched on a Friday after cease and desist lawyers had gone home for the day. After a few days of mad downloading, the game came down without surprising anyone. This would be the correct way of releasing an illegal fan project. Get it onto the internet and take it down when asked, because by that point, it's too late to stem the flow of torrents and backup mirrors, especially when dealing with Nintendo, the video game copyright equivalent of Attila the Hun. Sony's first move to try to keep up with the Microsoft claim over all PC gaming because of Windows 10 has begun. They're bringing PlayStation Now to PC, and while it's not available everywhere yet, expect that rollout to continue. The trick at this point, and where I suspect they'll go, is expanding PlayStation Now to include current PS4 games. Obviously, latency is still an issue, but that will improve as time goes on and co-located server expansion continues. Though I'd rather be able to run Bloodborne natively on my PC, Sony, so if you could make that happen, that'd be great. The ZeniMax lawsuit against Oculus and Facebook has had a bit of a change in that it now accuses game industry darling John Carmack of theft. Reading through some of the court documentation does paint a bit of a rough picture, really challenging the little VR dev persona of Palmer Luckey and making claims about what Carmack was working on before he left idSoft. Apparently they have records of thousands of documents copied from a computer by Carmack to a USB stick in his last few days at the company. I like to give game industry legends the benefit of the doubt, but this lawsuit isn't looking good for Facebook, Luckey, and Carmack. Watching ZeniMax and Facebook duke it out is amusing though. Deep pockets on both sides. DukeNukem.com has a happy 20th anniversary banner and a countdown timer which will end on September 2nd of this year. Turns out this is an HD remake of the original Duke Nukem 3D. Given Duke's history, they've probably been working on this since early 2007. This has been your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the weeks of August 20th and 27th, 2016. I'm Tarmack, and you can follow me at GnomeCast on Twitter for more game industry discussion. Thanks for watching.